Welcome back to another video. I am pretty much caught up on all things social media, YouTube, getting things back in a routine, on schedule after like the post-British like slump. So things are good, things are back on track. I don't know what day I'm gonna start uploading YouTube videos like regularly again. I'm thinking either a Tuesday or a Wednesday, but I guess we'll just wait and see. But I'm not committing to anything right now just because I want to actually just get weekly uploads done again. So I'm now about to finish editing last week's video. I say editing, just basically shoving the clips together. I don't do much editing. And then we are back on track. I am currently being followed by my little shadow. He is literally following me everywhere around the house, but that's not a problem. I don't mind that. Yeah, nothing to really say, nothing really going on. Kind of still just trying to find a bit of routine, which is kind of impossible when you've got a puppy. He's now 10 weeks old. It's also very dark down here. I've not got any of the lights on. And because the weather is miserable, like this house is very good in the summer because we have such big windows and things, like it looks so lovely and bright in the summer. But in the winter, when it's dark and dingy outside, it does not look good. And he's just gonna wave the doorway. So yeah, no, things are good. Kind of just surviving at the moment, like trying to just kind of keep plodding along, get sleep where I can. Had a 2-hour nap yesterday afternoon because, so Saturday night I went to watch my boyfriend wrestle because he had quite a big match, so I literally didn't get home until 10:30, I think it was in the end. And then I was up Sunday to go handle one of my lifters at a comp, which was 2 hours away. And whenever I handle my lifters, like I like to be there for weigh-ins, or at least just after they've weighed in. So she's competed before and she was quite happy with the venue, like she's been there before, so I didn't need to get there for weigh-in, but obviously I didn't want to be there much after. So I think I woke up, I went to bed at midnight. Zuko woke up at like 2 for an hour. Now my boyfriend did get up with him, but he wanted me, so he kept barking for me to go down and see him, and he like broke out of his pen and legged it upstairs a couple of times and stuff. So I was awake for a good hour then as well. And then I was up at 5, so I think I literally had like 4 hours sleep in total on Saturday night. Then went to the comp Sunday, then had to train when I got back. Oh, my camera's just not focusing again. Had to train when I got back, and then just did not sleep Sunday night because I think Zuko woke up like 5 or 6 times, which is very unlike him. He's normally like once or twice. We've had one night where he slept all the way through. So yeah, yesterday, Monday, I just slept. I finished all my work as early as I could, and then I just laid on the sofa with him and had like a 2-hour nap. Which definitely helped. And then last night, I think he woke up like 3 times and I got up 2 of them, which, to be fair, one of them was 6 in the morning, so I could have just got up, but we're trying to get him up a little bit later just so he doesn't get in the routine of getting up quite that early. And to be fair, he went back to bed really quickly, so that is the life of having a puppy though. I'm so out of breath. But yeah, no, I'm trying to include more of my normal life in these videos, rather than just training. Like my training is the same every week, it's just slightly heavier each week. Like there's not much going on. I've not really changed anything this like off season either. I don't yet know what my plans are kind of for next year. Apparently 2 of the qualifiers are going to be, I think, June, July time. I think All England is rumoured to be June. And then I think the Southern qualifier is rumoured to be, I can't remember if it was end of June or end of July. So I'll probably do one of those. There is a regional in May, powering through regional, that lines up really nicely with my singles block when I then progress down to singles. And I've kind of mapped out that far ahead. So I could potentially do that regional. It just depends on when the qualifiers then line up. So technically I have qualified for British next year. It just depends on basically just whether or not I want to get my, I'm just checking what the dog's doing, whether or not I want to get my qualifying total up for next year's British, which I definitely do. And to be honest, I don't want 12 months off from competing again. Like I enjoyed the last couple of comps, and I want to kind of keep that momentum. So yeah, kind of just thinking maybe summertime I'll do another comp, which also makes me think I kind of want to do a cut probably just after Christmas. Like I don't really see the point in doing it before Christmas, especially because I am still being quite lax with my food. So I intended to start tracking yesterday, but I didn't actually in the end because I went to do a food shop and I just really fancied a pack of cookies. So I got myself a pack of cookies, and I also got some chocolate fingers because they're something I always fancy, but I just never buy. So I was like, oh, I'll get some and I'll put them in the cupboard. And then I sat at my desk this morning and I was just eating them. I ate the whole pack in like 10 minutes, so that wasn't great. But I don't really care. Like I don't want to say it's Christmas as an excuse to eat what I want, but like back-to-back comps, like I did a bulk last year and I was tracking, like I haven't had a long period off of tracking my food in a really long time. And mentally, I just kind of feel like I need it. But I do want to get back to mostly tracking everything. I'll obviously still have like the odd snack and stuff just for the time being, while I'm being a little less strict, just because obviously like you need to relax with these things. But essentially I want to get back to tracking purely because I want to know that I'm fueling my body in the best way possible, because I would like to hit some PBs in the final week of this block. And if I'm going to do that, I need to control as much as I possibly can, especially while sleep is not good. I need to control the controllables, which one of the easiest things to control is my diet. So I think what I need to make myself do this afternoon/evening once I've trained is meal prep. I need to get as much meal prep done as I possibly can over the next couple of days so that I have no excuse. Like it's just like I hate cooking. I can't be bothered to cook, which is why I'm just going for like snacky bits recently. I say I hate cooking. I actually don't hate cooking. When I get into it, I enjoy it. But finding time to stop what I'm doing and just cook and meal prep, I find really difficult. But once I start, I do kind of enjoy it, and I am a good cook, but it's just actually stopping, like pausing whatever I'm doing and meal prepping. Just, even though it's a really productive use of my time, in the back of my mind, it's just not productive use of my time. And I think because we've just been so tired, like me and my boyfriend have been so tired, obviously since getting Zuko, neither of us have been really feeling particularly productive. So it's all good though. I think that was like all I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I think I'm going to do a little bit of a cut after Christmas. Obviously, if I do, I will document it all. And just show more of that side of things. I have no idea what I'm weighing at the moment. I haven't weighed myself since British. If I was going to guess, I'd probably say about 87 to 88. A lot of that will just be water retention and fluid retention, and just like, it will come off when I start tracking, depending on what I do with my calories. But yeah, nothing else to really say. I'm going to go and get the last few bits of my work done and get my last video edited so that I can just get back on track with everything. Got a couple of programs just to do as well before I train, but I'm not going to train for a couple of hours yet, so it's all okay. We're getting back on track. Life is kind of making sense again. It's just like after comp, I'm always in a bit of a rut anyway, and like I really struggle to just get back into routine. So I feel like getting a puppy the day after my comp has just thrown that even more out of whack, but it's fine. It's completely worth it. He's at the door. He's completely worth it, obviously, and yeah, life is good. Life is just busy and stressful, and I need to just kind of find my new normal, which is obviously going to be difficult until he kind of settles into a routine as well, and we can start taking him for walks and stuff. I think his first walk is going to be New Year's Eve, which is cool. But we've still got a good few weeks then of trying to tire him out without being able to take him on a walk. That's all I'm going to say for now. I will see you guys when oh my God, this camera, I need to sort my settings out. I will see you all when I am in the gym training.
I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Damn, I'm a long way home at a split road. Gotta make a choice, do I sober up? Am I tryna keep it going to be continued, or am I tryna lose? Gonna keep moving now. I don't think I wanna leave at a tough week. Gotta realize this is what I need. Don't got the time to be counting sheep. It's too late, I'm in too deep. Don't wanna contemplate, overcomplicate this. And I made my choice, wanna see what's going on. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Just tell me where. Ay, oh no, 머뭇거릴 시간 없어. 필수적인, this is my only answer. Yeah, my body keeps telling me go. Wanna be stacking towers from downtown. I'll be on a roll. 머릿속엔 it's a rush hour. This, that, overtime, champagne shower. Step back, skip lines, yeah, I'm never going cold. 어디 가야 해, 알려줘. Don't wanna contemplate, overcomplicate this. And I made my choice, wanna see what's going on. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie.
Okay, so bit out of breath. Literally just re-racked my final set. Very good session, actually. I don't really have much to say. After squat, so I was kind of dreading my top set of 8 on squat at 155. Like, I just thought to myself, like, you're gonna be really out of breath, it's gonna feel terrible, like, it's not gonna be difficult, but it's just that thing of when it's obviously high enough reps, you do just get out of breath and you do just kind of like, your legs burn, you just feel a bit crap. But, sorry, I'm so out of breath. Actually, it felt pretty good. I had a little bit of like, my legs were burning kind of by the 6th rep, but out of breath, like breath and everything, like I didn't really get out of breath, I didn't really feel like I had to dig very deep, like it was fine. I do think next week, for my planned weight, I'm going to have to dig very deep, but I mean, it's the final week of the block, so that's kind of normal. So like, this is week 3 of 4, so it definitely felt decent. And then back offs at 120, high bar back offs, also felt really good. They're feeling significantly better each week. Like my back didn't really get pumped this week, and I definitely felt it more just in my legs. Weirdly enough, I did go really dizzy after my 2nd set of high bar, so before my final set. I mean, I just felt a bit rough. So I sat down like I normally would between sets anyway. And then, yeah, like, I didn't feel particularly out of breath when I re-racked the bar or anything. Like, it wasn't that. I just went quite lightheaded, which isn't completely unusual for me, but it hasn't happened for a while. Although, to be fair, I do think I'm coming down with something probably to do with, obviously, like the lack of sleep and just recovery in general. So, yeah, I went quite dizzy. And I was like, well, my knee sleeves are really tight. I don't feel great. I'm just going to bang out this last set, get my final set of 8 done, and then I will take my knee sleeves off and just kind of lay down with my legs in the air for a bit, or like my legs hooked on the bench. So I did that, did my final set. Again, felt fine during the set, like I didn't feel remotely dizzy or anything during the set. Finished the set, quickly took my knee sleeves off and just kind of laid down, put my feet up on the bench. And yeah, I just felt a bit odd. Like I didn't feel like I was going to pass out, but I felt like if I stayed standing or sat upright, I probably would have felt like that. So I had a little bit of a rest then. Just popped indoors for a couple of minutes as well, and then came back out and benched. 3 singles at 110, moved incredibly well. The first one I just definitely didn't pause it quite long enough, so I made sure to pause the next 2, which obviously made them a little bit harder, but they still move really comfortably. Considering it was self-lift off as well, very happy with how that moved. And then back off 5 at 100 moved much better than I thought they would. By the final couple sets, like I was definitely like tired and I kind of wanted to just get them done. But considering how I felt after squats, then bench, 3 singles at 110, 4 sets of 5 at 100, I'm pretty happy with that. I do think elbow depth is a problem. So I don't know that I've really spoken about this. I mentioned it in my comp recap, but I failed my 2nd bench at comp because of elbow depth. And it's because I kind of went back to tucking a little bit too much. If I don't flare, my elbow depth does look like, it looks high because I am very, like I've got a very thick chest wall anyway, plus big boobs, doesn't really make for good elbow depth. So I'm kind of ignoring it this block and trying to make a conscious effort to flare a little bit more, which I did start doing before Commonwealth anyway. Like I didn't get any calls for elbow depth at Commonwealth. Like it's such an annoying rule because it's just so dependent on who's refing you. Like some refs could say no issues, like it's absolutely fine. Other refs can say it's high. Like it's just really annoying. Like I'd rather it be clear cut, no it's high, you need to change things. So kind of just ignoring it for now, but trying to film more from that angle, and just keep an eye on it. It's definitely hard to see as well when I'm benching in a hoodie or like a sweatshirt. But I think, I don't know if I want to go back to trying to sync. Like I've got the time to do it now, and I feel like I'm a bit more patient and I'll be benching on a combo, so I'll be able to kind of like perfect it a little bit more. Or if I want to maybe do a slightly harsher touch, so like a slightly, still a soft touch, but just more into my body, if that makes sense. Or just continue focusing on flaring more. Just gonna kind of see, but like my shoulders already feel a little bit dodgy from trying to flare more for the last few weeks, but I think also that's because it's so cold here. Like it's like between 3 and 5 degrees in this garage when I train, so, and I'm not the best at warming up. Like I did do a bit more mobility and stuff and just kind of warmed up my rotator cuffs a little bit more before I squatted today. So it definitely felt better today than it has done. Well, they both did, to be fair, because neither of them have felt great. But yeah, just gonna kind of see. So basically everything felt really good. It's just elbow depth I'm a little bit concerned over, but it's not worth worrying about right this moment in time. I'm going to just kind of finish this block, assess, see from there. But no, I'm pretty happy with how the session's gone. I'm gonna head in. I need to come back out with my boyfriend in a bit because he's gonna do a session. I'm gonna just come in here and kind of keep him company when he does. Might attempt to bring the dog in here because it basically had it recommended to me to bring the puppy in the gym while we train, or while I train, to get him used to loud noises, so that like fireworks, the Hoover, just like little things like that don't bother him as much, which I definitely think is a really good idea, but he's just so hyper at the moment. I will put in a video of him earlier. I brought him outside, like my boyfriend was like in the shower, so I brought him outside, like the dog, to just kind of burn off some energy while I was setting up the gym, just then let him go back inside and just kind of hang out with my boyfriend while I trained. And he just was doing laps of the gym. He'd literally run around the gym, go outside, run around the garden, run around the gym, run around the garden, and just in and out, in and out. And it just didn't end well. So I'm going to post that video in so you can have a look at what I mean. He was absolutely fine. Like, he's just a nutter. But might bring him in here when my boyfriend benches, because then he can hopefully start getting used to loud noises. But it depends how hyper he is, so we'll see. Anyway, gonna stop talking, gonna head in. I need to eat as well. So it's Wednesday evening. I am now about to do my last and press and deadlift session. I've got a couple of smaller accessories that I do at the end, and then I'm also going to do tomorrow's accessory day after. So Thursday's accessory day is very small, like upper body session basically, mostly kind of pull and arms. Normally I would do it tomorrow just because I go to Pump Gyms, a commercial gym down the road, to do that. But my boyfriend's not here tomorrow evening, and those are the sessions that he joins me for. So I said we'll just do it today after we've like both been in here and trained. So gonna basically do my last and press and deadlifts. He's gonna come in here and deadlift, and then we're gonna head straight to Pump to do our upper session, and then I get 2 rest days, so I'm not mad about that. So I'm now gonna just crack on. This session does not take me very long at all. Only downside is, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last couple of weeks, I don't have any chalk here. I might have some liquid chalk somewhere, but I don't want to use that on my bar. I basically lost my, I say lost, I think Lewis had my chalk at British, and then I just forgot to get it off of him at the end. It probably just got left in the backstage area, like the holding area and stuff, so I don't have any chalk here. I have loads at my parents' house, but I haven't been there since I competed, and they forgot to bring any when I asked them to the other day, so basically I need to go to my parents to pick up some chalk. Deadlifts aren't heavy today, so I should be fine, but a little bit concerned. But I think all I'll have to do is potentially just do reset reps if I can't grip it the whole time. And obviously if I fail like my last rep on grip on my top set, like I'll know that it's just a grip thing. But it's so cold anyway, I probably won't have sweaty hands, so I should be fine. Definitely feeling a bit more rough today. Also, if this camera is going in and out of focus again, I'm so sorry, I still haven't changed my settings. Basically, we both kind of felt like we've been coming down with the cold for a couple of days, and obviously the lack of sleep from our puppy is not helping, so definitely feeling a bit worse for wear today. I have had 2 cans of Monster today, which normally I would only have 1, and I did the same thing yesterday as well actually, and the second can definitely helped. I also, like, I was gonna, obviously I've been saying I want to film more day in the life stuff, so I haven't filmed anything today, but again, like the first half of my days is so boring because I'm literally just wake up, obviously depending on who gets up with the dog, like hang out with the puppy for a bit, tire him out a little bit, work until like 2-ish, sometimes 4, depends on how busy my day is. Basically, I just work at my desk. Like I don't really take breaks when I'm working, like apart from to let the dog out and stuff, like I don't really take breaks. So I'm basically just sat at my desk, like hyper focused for 6 to 8 to 10 hours, depending on the day. My training days tend to be shorter work days, which is why I tend to finish like between 2 and 3, depending on the day. So basically today I finished just after 2. I was like, right, I'm going to use this time. Like I didn't feel that tired, but I know how rough I felt in the morning, and I didn't really get much sleep last night. So I was like, right, I'm going to have a nap. I'm going to force myself to just lay on the sofa, lay with the dog, have a nap, because I know I need to basically just get sleep in where I can at the moment in order to obviously recover, especially because I'm starting to feel like I'm coming down with a bit of a cold. So I had about an hour's nap, which was actually quite nice. And then I basically just hung out with the dog, had some cereal as my pre-workout, and then like pre-workout meal. But then I felt really bloated, so then I just kind of sat on the sofa for like an hour and a half. And it's now like, I think it's like 5:30. I don't even know what time it is. 6, that's gone very quickly. But yeah, like I just kind of hung out with the dog. He gets quite hyper around like 4 or 5 o'clock because my boyfriend tends to get home from work about, well, anywhere from like 4:30 to 5:30. And that's when he obviously then wakes up because he wants to play with him. So he gets a bit hyper, and I don't want to obviously leave him shut indoors while I come out and train while he's hyper. So I wait for my boyfriend to get home. We like hang out with him, play with him for a bit, and then he'll look after him now while I train, and then swap roles while he trains. So yeah, basically I just haven't really filmed much day in the life stuff today. Also food wise, I was gonna start tracking on Monday. I haven't really done much meal prep either. Like it's just by the time it gets to being able to do meal prep, I'm just so tired that I'm like, I'm just gonna go to bed. Like I'll eat, but I won't bulk cook or anything. And I'll just kind of cook easier foods, or like I've got, I think I've said this in videos before, like one of my go-to meals, like I cook up a joint of pork like every single week, and I always just have it in the fridge. like shredded up. So then I'll just literally like a rice bowl with some homemade like mango salsa, or I've got pineapple salsa at the moment. Just literally like microwave Mexican rice, low fat cheese, some pork, and then some salsa on top. And that's been like my go-to. It takes like 2 minutes to assemble, obviously, once everything's cooked, like the pork is cooked and stuff. So I've basically just been eating the same meal over and over again. So yeah, not really very exciting. Just trying to find some balance, but also obviously want to be honest in these videos about the fact that I'm not really finding balance. It's definitely getting easier and I'm feeling better. I think the fact that it's obviously winter here as well, like it's so dark. Like our house, I mentioned this in a previous video, or a bit earlier in this video, the house it's very dark and gloomy this time of year because we don't really have like the electrical side of things inside our house is terrible. Like there are just extension leads everywhere. There's hardly any plug sockets in any of the rooms. There's literally in our living room, like it's a kitchen diner, well not kitchen diner, it's a living room, dining room. There's one light in the ceiling, or like one ceiling light at the far end above where the dining table is. It's so dull, so dark. Like yes, we could change the bulbs and it would help, but there is no lighting the other side of the room where the sofa is. So if you're just hanging out in there, like from about 3 o'clock onwards, it feels like the end of the day. So that definitely doesn't help, but we are getting an electrician in at some point once we've decided how many plug sockets and stuff we want like spread throughout the house. We need to get an electrician in to obviously sort that all, put some new lights in for us, that side of things. I think we're going to be doing that. I say doing that soon, obviously it depends when he's available. Basically, one of my dad's friends is an electrician. He's very, very good. So we're going to get my parents over soon to help us decide what we want through the house. And then I think like probably my mum, because my dad just won't think to ask. We'll ask him basically when he can come and do it for us. So that's kind of the plan. And also the good thing then as well is we'll be able to give Zuko more free run of the house, because at the moment he's in his pen, which is just basically just to keep him safe. And obviously because he's a puppy, we don't want him running around the entire house loose. But as he gets bigger, we obviously want to give him as much space as possible. So when we are home, to be fair, we do let him have pretty much free roam of the house. We shut so my boyfriend's spare, like we have a spare bedroom each, mine is the office. His is his like, at the minute it's just like a heap of mess because it's like where everything that doesn't have a home is just kind of in there. But he's going to make that into his like game room / I guess like study type room. So we don't let him in there just because it is, well, he's got like Pokemon cards spread across the side of the room because he's got nowhere to store them and just stuff like that. But obviously he doesn't want to get eaten. So we close that room off, we close the bedroom off because if my boyfriend's allergies do get worse as our dog gets older, we obviously want to keep the bedroom as like a clean space with no dog hair and stuff. Especially with the bed, like we don't want him obviously, we basically need dog free zones just in case his allergies do kind of get worse as he gets older. Although to be fair, so far they've been absolutely fine. And then I can hear the dog on the other side of the garage door and it's very distracting. And then, yeah, basically we're giving him mostly free roam of the house, but there are certain areas, obviously we can't leave him unsupervised, like my office, for example, literally has one double plug socket just inside the door. So I've got 2 extension leads dragged around the room to just be able to plug in my computer and stuff, and I've still got spare plugs that are unplugged sometimes. I have to switch in now because I have 2 monitors at my desk. So yeah, basically very excited to get that all done. It'll make our life with him a lot easier as well because he won't have to supervise quite as closely. He's slowly learning not to chew wires, but he does try, especially when I'm working in the office and he's in there with me because he doesn't really like to leave my side. And he gets quite playful. Obviously I try and play with him a little bit while I'm working and stuff, but I'm also very like hyper-focused on my work. But yeah, that's it. I feel like one of my friends messaged me earlier, I should really be cracking on. One of my friends messaged me earlier and was like, oh, you know, you're going to see an influx of people getting puppies now because he's just so cute, they're going to want one. And I was like, little do they know, he is a terror. Like, he's actually like really good, to be fair. It's just his biting, but I mean, husky puppies bite anyway. Like it's just a thing. Obviously, puppies bite and nibble. Husky puppies, 10 times worse. But it's fine. Like when he plays with us, like he will literally lunge at our face and try and like lick us, and then he'll just start biting. The other day, he actually bit my ear twice in a row, and he called it so sharp, like with his sharpest teeth, and I genuinely thought it pierced my ear. Like it was so painful. But yeah, this is just a reminder: getting a puppy is not easy. It's a lot of work, but worth it. Just a lot of work. But yeah, I'm going to crack on and train. I feel like I was just going to give a bit of a rundown of my day, which was very uneventful, but I've managed to talk for ages, so I guess Chatterbox at Sian has returned to YouTube.
It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Just tell me where. Was
in that I was actually doing lighter than I was supposed to, and I didn't realise until my single. So I did ascending sets, but I actually did the same weight as last week where I was supposed to add 2.5. So I was meant to do 80 for 4, 85 for 4, 90 for 4, 95 for 4, and then a single at 102.5. But instead I did 77, 82, 87, 92. And it wasn't until I then looked in my diary that I realised I was doing the wrong weight. And I was going to just do 100 for a single again, just do a 7.5 jump like I normally would to my single. But I was like, you know what, just like 102.5 is one rep, you'll be fine. And to be fair, my single will be fine. My last set, which is the one that I filmed, my last set of 4, I went incredibly dizzy on rep number 1. Like literally halfway through the rep, I just went really dizzy. I think I braced a bit too early and I held my breath for a bit too long. So first 2 reps felt quite dizzy, and then second reps I kind of just rushed through, and they felt like they didn't feel good. I didn't feel dizzy, so it's fine. So they weren't executed amazingly, and then my single wasn't amazing either. But it's fine, it was 10 kg jump. But bench is done in just over 10 minutes, so I'm not mad about it. Now I'm going to deadlift without chalk, and I jinxed it earlier because I was like, oh, I won't sweat much because it's cold in here. And I haven't taken my jumper off yet, but it's getting quite warm, and I feel like my hands are already quite sweaty, and I don't have chalk, so this is going to be fun. I'll make it work, it'll be fine. If you see me in a strop in the next clip, you'll know it just didn't go well. But yeah, I think top set of 5 at 155, which in theory should be incredibly comfortable. It should be starting to feel a bit like work, but I've kind of started this pod incredibly light with deadlifts. I'm not aiming to PB next week on deadlifts. I'm just trying to slowly ease my way back into enjoying them again. So we'll see. But I'm gonna stop talking and deadlift.
We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart. Cause I know we won't make it out, I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want, let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out, we've heard it all before. It's alright.
Okay, so I absolutely jinxed it. I don't get angry, but my grip just couldn't hold up for those. The bar was slipping completely, and it wasn't a strength issue, but because I was then getting angry, on that 4th rep, I didn't fully brace, and now my back is like stupidly pumped. Like it doesn't hurt, but it's just very pumped. I'm going to attempt my back offs, but that was the most infuriating couple of minutes of my life. I think partly being overtired doesn't help. I need to go to my parents to get chalk, but it's just like, it's an hour's drive in total, and I just don't have an hour at the moment. But it's my own fault, like I should have gone and got it sooner, but I just keep forgetting. It's just really annoying. So yeah, that top set, I failed. The weight was fine, so I'm still gonna go up next week when I've got chalk. It's just infuriating that obviously I couldn't get it then, but it's fine. I'm just gonna forget about it and move on. And just blow my back offs, get them done. They are light enough that I should be able to grip it, but I mean I said that about this top set and that didn't happen, so we're gonna see. We're just gonna see.
It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright, so let's move on.
Okay, so I would never usually do this, but I am calling this deadlift session there because trying to obviously compensate for the lack of grip, my positioning is then off and my back is so pumped. Literally like sitting here is so uncomfortable. Like I haven't hurt myself, and it's not going to cause any issues, but it's so uncomfortable that if I keep deadlifting with off positioning, it's obviously going to potentially then cause an issue. So we're going to call it. We're just going to call it because it's still light. It's an easy block. Next week I will have chalk and I will still go up as planned and everything will be fine. But currently I'm literally sat here talking, I'm not in loads of pain, like bad pain, it's just so uncomfortable. So I'm going to just call the session here. Well, I've got my accessories to do obviously, but deadlifts, done. I don't think it's sensible to carry on, to be honest. I need to get my chalk, which is, it's my own stupid fault. I mean, granted, like I don't have much time to give an hour to go collect it and stuff, and obviously I'll chat when I'm there. But to be fair, I need to get the puppy used to the car, so maybe I'll just take him. He's not allowed in their house though. But even if I just put him in the back of the car, to get him used to the car and travelling and stuff, that might not be a bad idea. But yes, in pain. I'm gonna stop deadlifting, it's just not worth it. Like the weight on the top set and the back off felt incredibly easy. So I'm just gonna call it there. Like it's just not worth it. And yeah, I'll do my accessories and just be done. So I'm not gonna film any more tonight. I'm gonna crack on with my accessories, go to pump gym once my boyfriend's done his deadlifts and get the rest of our accessories done there. And then, yeah, I'll probably not see you until Saturday now, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, it depends what I do that's interesting. Probably not a lot. I don't think I've even got any podcasts and stuff booked in until Sunday, so nothing to really discuss. Just gonna be a couple of days of working. But yeah, gonna stop talking. Camera's about to die, so.
Alright, so let's move on. It's 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 alright, so let's move on. Alright, so let's move on. We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again. Pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want. This time I won't take it to the heart, 'cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before.
Okay, so it is Saturday, and yesterday, Friday, was not the day I had planned. I ended up basically just having a sick day, so I woke up in the middle of the night. It must have been like 3, half 3, with just excruciating stomach pain. But it wasn't like I needed to throw up, I needed to go to the toilet. It was just like general, really bad stomach pain. And yeah, it just wouldn't go off. Like nothing I did got rid of it. So I ended up basically just coming downstairs at like 5 in the morning and just sitting on the sofa with the dog. And then I basically just spent until about 1 o'clock just on the sofa, in and out of napping, just feeling really rough. Doesn't help as well, like my cold definitely felt a lot worse, I think because of the lack of sleep. Like I felt really bunged up, which obviously doesn't help. So yesterday, Friday, was a bit of a write-off. I managed to still, like, I did all my client replies and stuff like normal and stuff like that. I got them done like just after lunchtime. Like I think I got off the sofa at 1, I showered and stuff, kind of tried to be productive for a couple of hours, and then I just went back on the sofa for the rest of the night. It's now Saturday. Sorry, I'm also like still quite bunged up, if you can probably tell. It's now Saturday, so it's been a fairly busy morning. So got up this morning, showered, kind of got ready for the day, did a couple of client replies, but I'm taking most of today off. I mean, yesterday I obviously made sure to communicate with everyone. Saturday generally is quite a low work day for me, like it's probably my quietest work day of the week. So all my programs and stuff I tend to do on a Sunday and then a Monday, depending on when people's weeks start. And then generally on a Saturday I'll do some like quick replies and stuff in the morning, but most people, to be honest, a lot of people don't train on a Friday, so I don't have a lot to respond to on a Saturday, which makes Saturdays quite a nice chilled day for me. I've got to train later, but I basically got up, had food, kind of, my parents came over with and then my sister and my nephew also came over, so my parents came over to get some jobs done. So the cable machine is officially attached to the wall in the gym, which means I've now got a cable machine that I can use, which means hopefully from now on I can only have to go to pump gyms once a week on a Sunday for my full body session, and then I can get everything else done here, but obviously it depends how we find the machine and everything. What else has been done? TV in the living room is now on the wall, and I think that was it, to be fair. There are other things that need to be done, but we need to get more furniture and stuff before we do them. Now we're going to have lunch, and I actually ordered lunch today, so I'm just going to open it and then I'll show you. But basically my go-to lunch at the moment, when I say go-to, I don't have it very often, and I don't like ordering on Deliveroo or Just Eat, because it's so much more expensive than if I just go in the shop and get it and pick it up and take it home. But I'm obviously, like, it's in the city centre and I'm like a 40-minute walk from the city centre, or like a 15-minute drive, but then I'd have to pay to park. So basically I was going to show you guys what I would get if I am ever in the city and I don't have food prepped, or like when I was working in the office more and stuff, I have a lunch break, I would pop in and get this for lunch if I hadn't prepped anything or took anything with me. I feel like I'm not making much sense. Like I am still feeling really rough, so I'm probably not making a lot of sense. Anyway, I'm going to just show you what I get from Tortilla. Is my go-to lunch. The macros in there, like if you go on the Tortilla website, I don't know how common of a chain this is. Like I know it is a chain restaurant, and I think they have them in London, but I don't know where else they have them. but it's kind of like, I think it's like the UK's version of like a Chipotle type thing. It's like Subway but Mexican food, and if you go online on their website, you can look at the nutrient information of everything you select and that you want in your bowl. So I always get a naked burrito bowl, which is just like a rice bowl basically, and I get 2 types of meat on there. I normally get chicken and beef. I always get beans as well for extra fibre, so I tend to go for pinto beans. And then I literally just, you can chuck on whatever salads and stuff you want, whatever like salsas. They have different like pico and stuff like that basically. So yeah, this is my go-to. And if you go online on the website, basically the reason I'm saying about this is because if you are someone that tracks your macros and you have a tortilla near you, definitely try it. It's reasonably priced as well, like when you go in store, and you can get a little like loyalty card too. So occasionally you'll get a free main and stuff. But if you go online and you go on their website and you go on the nutrient information, you can literally create the bowl and you can tailor it to the macros that you have, so you can make it fit your macros. Obviously it won't be 100% accurate because it depends on who's working and how generous they are with their servings and stuff. But it's the thing that I find the easiest to kind of get when I'm kind of out and about and I'm in a bit of a rush. So anyway, that was all I was going to say. I will show you it. It probably won't look very appetizing because I kind of just get most things bunged on. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that. This is what I get. So basically it is Mexican rice with pinto beans, chicken and beef because they're the 2 lowest fat meats they have. There's also sweet corn salsa, pico de gallo. I have some cheese on there, and I have some of their cheese sauce as well, just because I have extra fats at the moment that are available. So that is, I can't remember what the macros are for this exact one. I'm not massively tracking at the moment. Like I tracked everything yesterday and tracked everything the day before. But basically today, because my appetite's not really there since I felt unwell yesterday, I'm kind of just going to kind of play it by ear. And my weight is sitting at like mid to high 87s. I checked it last night, so I know in the mornings I'm roughly like mid to high 87s. So for me, that's kind of where I want to be right now. So I'm happy with that. Anyway, I'm going to tuck into my bowl. So
there's nothing in this world more primal than my love for you. If you meet somebody else that's a rival, that much is true. Yeah, I know you said, baby, this is final, and I blame myself. All that's left of me now is an animal, and I cry for help. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you. Oh, let it go, let it go, let it go till I get you alone. I can't help but howl like a wolf, howl like a wolf. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you. I will howl like a wolf. Baby, I will howl like a wolf. When the sun fades, when the night awaits, I'll be howling and howling and howling for you, babe. Can't keep my pain quiet any longer. Gotta let it out. Are you anywhere near? So I wonder, can you hear me now? I know it ain't over till it's over, 'cause I'm still alive. If only you'd come a bit closer, maybe I'll survive. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you. Oh, let it go, let it go, let it go till I get you alone. I can't help but howl like a wolf.
okay, excuse to save me. I have just finished training. I didn't take my camera out because by the time I realised that my tripod was upstairs, I'd already put Zuko into his little pen that we've got him, and he'd kind of settled, so I didn't want to disrupt him, because if he heard me, he would have just barked and barked and barked. So I left my camera indoors for that session, and to be honest, this video was already so long, I didn't expect for it to be this long. So yeah, also excuse all the mess. Hello. So yeah, basically I left my camera indoors, so I just filmed everything on my phone, but I kind of wanted to get on quite quickly just because I've got a few jobs and stuff I want to get done around the house this evening. Had a very productive morning, bit of a lazy afternoon, and then kind of being productive again. Also, this is his favourite spot. Like, he always just curls up in my lap, and it's the cutest thing ever. I'm so out of breath. I literally just ran indoors to let him out, and then I just chased him around the garden, and he tried to do laps of the gym when he was supposed to come indoors. So yeah, basically, session went really well. realised this afternoon that I knew I was going to load 165 for my top set of 6 on squat, and I realised this afternoon that was actually a PB. So I've done 166, I can't get my words out. I've done 162.5 before on squats for 6, and it was actually quite difficult when I did it. I did it, I think it was 1 block after the English, maybe? Yeah, I think it was just after the English. It was like the first block after I extended my block by a week, because my week 4 felt so good. So then on my week 5 I did 162 for 6. And I remember it felt quite bad at the time, but I think it was more misgrooving and stuff. But today's felt like really comfortable. There was no doubt, like, I wasn't really in the mood to do a lot of work, like to put the effort in, but obviously I had to lock in and put the effort in. But it moved really well. So maybe 3 reds for 6 next week, which would be kind of insane. I don't know if I'm gonna load it or not. I also think if I do plan to do that, I'll probably go, I can't hold my camera. I would probably go to my parents for that session, just because then I can squat in the cage with the safeties, because I am not going back to Iron Warehouse. Anyone local watching might know why. So I basically I'm gonna, for my heavy sessions, train at my parents and just use the cage, so that I've got better safeties. My boyfriend will be home next Saturday, I think, so he could come in and spot me, and just make sure that if I do fail, it lands on the safeties. Basically for heavy sessions in the future, I'll probably go to Powering Through, or there's a gym in Ipswich that looks decent, or there's a couple actually. And basically I'm gonna have to travel more to do my heavier sessions in an actual gym, which isn't a bad thing. It's obviously with Zuko that's not gonna happen very often, or okay, it would have to be when my boyfriend's about, and he's often away on weekends for wrestling and stuff. So basically, I'm so out of breath. Not sure, 175 for 6 next week might be loaded, and that would be an insane PB. That would take me a 12.5 PB for 6 reps. Like, that would be insane. So yeah, and then back off felt really comfortable, really, really easy. My last set I did kind of wear my belt way too loose. I basically felt like I did it beltless, but it actually felt good, so I don't care. And then bench, my warm-ups felt incredible. Didn't film them because I'm trying to save storage on my phone. So I only filmed my top set, which was 112, which, to be fair, it was fine. It was barely paused, which is annoying, but I kind of just panicked. And also, because I prefer getting a lift off now, and no one's home, I obviously had to self-unrack. Oh, I locked the door, that was silly of me. I had to do self-unrack, which didn't feel great, but it's fine. I am kind of getting used to self-unrack again, though, to be fair. There was a period where it felt really terrible, which is why the main reason, I really can't get my words out, which was the main reason why I started getting a lift off in the first place anyway. But actually it is feeling decent now doing a self-unrack, but I prefer to get a lift off just because it does save that little bit of energy. Back offs on bench felt fine. I tried to pause them a little bit more. The first set I filmed, which is the one I'll probably put in this video, I didn't really pause, was very annoyed with myself, so then I made sure to pause the next sets a bit more. And actually the third and the fourth set actually felt the best. I kind of got out of my head and I realised I needed to kind of crack on and get the last sets done, so I kind of rushed through, which then meant I also rushed my close grip, which was supposed to be 3 sets of 6 at 90, which would match my PB from a couple blocks ago, or a block ago, maybe 2 blocks ago, can't remember. But I rushed a bit too much. My triceps died on set 2 and 3 on rep 5, and I didn't really want to fail, so I just left it at 5, which is fine. Close grip, it doesn't really matter too much what reps I'm doing. It is about pushing it and making it difficult, because I want to obviously adapt and force growth at the moment. Like, basically the main goals at the moment are obviously to keep pushing my top end, but the main thing is actually just building muscle mass ready for the next competitive season that I do. I think it's going to be roughly May, June time that I compete. I might do May and June, do a regional in May for fun, just to get a gauge of where my numbers are, get some confidence back on the platform after a few months off, and then do June for my qualifier comp, which I don't need to do, but I've said before, like I probably said earlier in this video, I want to do a qualifier comp just to basically get my qualifying total for British up a little bit. But we'll see. We'll just kind of see. I don't know yet. There's no dates have been released, so it also depends on like the actual dates of things. Just open the ovens, this is going to steam up. So yeah, obviously the dog's outside as well. I don't want him to think I've just opened the oven and left it with the dog indoors. I would not do that. Yeah, anyway, session was good. This video has ended up being far longer than I wanted it to, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to start doing 2 uploads a week probably, which isn't too much work to be fair. Like, because I'm filming more on my camera, I can literally just upload all my videos. Like, I don't edit my videos, I don't really have to clip anything, I just kind of film it, put it together, post it. Like, it's not difficult for me to do, it's not very time consuming. So rather than doing ridiculously long videos, I might do a couple shorter videos a week. But let me know what you prefer. Do you prefer just seeing the week as a whole? Do you prefer kind of like 10 to 20 minute videos? I don't even know how long this one's going to be. Also, look at the state of my hair. Let me know. Anyway, hopefully this video has been better than the previous ones, because I feel like I've definitely picked up the camera a bit more. Also, illness update. Considering how rough I felt yesterday, like I was literally on the sofa all day near enough yesterday, apart from when I was sat in my office chair. Like I didn't really stand. Basically, when I got in the shower, like my stomach pain came back really badly, like midday yesterday. And I ended up basically realising that if I stand for too long, I feel really rough. So I spent pretty much all of yesterday sat down, not moving. Considering that, this session went very well, like very, very well. So I'm not complaining, I'm not mad, pretty happy. Gonna shut the oven because my dog is ready to go back in. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. If you've made it to the end, thank you. Let me know what you want to see. Are you coming in? Let me know what you want to see and how long you want these videos to be. Would you prefer 2 a week, 2 short videos? Would you rather me just not talk as much? Would you rather me post less training, more talking? What do you want to see? But yeah, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Thank you if you made it to the end. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Zuko would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. And I will see you next week for the next video.